Good morning, everyone. The Delaware County Commission meeting for March 7th, 2024 is now in session. I've asked Scott Donaldson, one of our trustees in Liberty, also very actively involved in Boy Scouts, to do our pledge this morning. Would you come forward and lead us?
Where would you like me to be? Here? Okay. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Again, good morning, everyone. I'm Gary Merrill. I'm president of the board this year. To my right is Commissioner Barb Lewis, vice president, and to my left is Commissioner Jeff Fitton, and of course our administrator Tracy Davies, and our two deputy administrators Don Houston and Eric Costello are with us, and of course our clerks Brandy Wilson and Jennifer Walberg. Jennifer, let's begin.
Resolution number 24-162 in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held February 26, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 24-162. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
We do have public comment today. We have 3 guests signed up today. The first one would be Scott Donaldson.
Come forward. Good morning again.
Good morning again. Firstly, I wanted to say thank you to the commissioners and everybody in attendance. I'd be remiss in also not say, if I didn't say that I'm here with the support of my colleagues, Trustee Newell, Trustee Eichhorn, and Fiscal Officer Carr. Really just here asking for your awareness and then also possibly for your support. State Route 315 has been an issue for residents of Liberty Township. And I'm speaking again, not just as a trustee, but also as a homeowners association president of 113 homes. It's something that impacts us every day. February the 1st, there was a tractor trailer incident that occurred, and I received a call from my fire chief who said, and thankfully it was a funfetti, frosting truck, but he said, what would have happened if this were diesel fuel or something else that was hazardous cargo? Because currently hazardous cargo is permitted on State Route 315, which is a scenic byway next to a scenic river. And he said to me, and these are the words that kind of ring in my ears, it only takes one incident. East Palestine, Ohio, was probably a town that most of us may not have known of its existence not too long ago. And that rail incident, albeit very rare, has put them on the map, and I would argue negatively. And so, obviously hazardous cargo, semi-trailers, we have 35 school bus stops along that road twice a day. And just in Olentangy schools, that's not counting Worthington, which extends beyond our jurisdiction. Also, speed and weight enforcement may or may not be an issue as well. And then just the protection of our life, and a lot of the reason that we move there, most of our residents move there to be along that beautiful river, along that road. In all 4 seasons, it's a beautiful drive. And so, again, asking for your awareness, and I know that it doesn't necessarily fall within the purview of the commissioners, and we are actively working with ODOT. County Engineer's Office has been fantastic to deal with, as always, as well, and so just want to ask for your support and appreciate your time and listening, and I guess I'll turn it over to Dr. Basom and Mrs. Basom, and appreciate it, unless you have any questions, I guess, before I do
And
that.
at this point,
No, not at this point.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. My name is Lauren Basom. Forgive me, I'm a little bit nervous. There's a safety issue on 315 north of 270 where we live, and I wanted to talk to you about that. Recently, there was a semi-accident, which Scott mentioned, that occurred close to our children's bus stops. This is not the first semi-accident that's happened, and we've seen an increase in semis traveling on our road, and what we've learned is it's because of the GPS system. We're a few minutes faster than 23, and the system thinks that it's safer or better for the trucks to come on our road. We're seeing so many trucks. after this recent accident. This is a picture of the accident. I've included this in your binder. I couldn't sleep, excuse me, so I wrote a petition asking for the trucks to be rerouted. These are the children, excuse me, that live between Powell Road and Orange Road that could have been impacted by this accident, including our children. I wanted to share with you another accident that happened recently as well, in 2021. This is a school bus stop. This is in Mount Air area. This is the Poe family's bus stop. These are the children that were there just an hour prior, standing in that spot. This is a real problem because semis are losing control on this road. We didn't used to see so many of them. I think it's the technology sending them that way because we know Route 23 has really bad traffic and there's traffic congestion, and so their Garmin commercial tracking systems send them on our road. The road is very windy, it's narrow, it has very little berm. Where we live on a curve, and we don't have visibility this north or south where we are. So, we've come through some accidents. We know we've had 500 accidents on this road in 5 years. 32 accidents are commercial-related accidents. 17 are semi-truck accidents. This is just moms counting. There's probably more. The big thing that we want to share with you, though, is I don't think people realize we have 51 bus stops. When you count Worthington and Olentangy together, this is only 10 miles of road, a scenic byway, 51 bus stops. We have 100 students that are on the road 2 times a day. It's a lot of little kids, a lot of very little kids on this road. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I've inadvertently connected myself to hundreds of moms through this petition. We have 1,500 signatures in only a few weeks. I've talked to hundreds of moms that have cried about this. We're so scared. We really think our kids are in danger. We're not. This is not exaggeration because we have been sharing so many stories of, we hear the breaks, we see people getting, near misses near children's bus stops, and there's a bigger story to this because commuters have a different story of, some of them getting run off the road by semis. There are really sharp turns. There's just not room. We just know there's just not room. This comes down to, we've talked to truck drivers. Truck drivers have reached out in support, which we're so grateful for. There are a lot of truck drivers that can't speak out because they don't know what their boss is going to say about it. But the retired truck drivers that have reached out to us have been wonderful, including one with a PhD in logistics that said, there's absolutely no reason for trucks to be on this road. I lived in Worthington Hills. I ran a logistics company. This is not safe.
Okay. Are you about to finish, or?
Yes.
Go ahead.
We just wanted your help. If the truck drivers don't think it's safe, we know it's not safe. We need your help. Please trying to figure out a way to stop the through trucks on our scenic road, residential road.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
testimony and as much of your acknowledgement of this issue, and you did fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Basin, I believe you also want to speak? Doctor, I believe it is.
I'm sorry?
I think it's doctor, right?
Yes, yeah. But you can call me Brian. So I appreciate everybody being here and taking the time to listen to us. So I actually grew up, I was born in a house right next to State Route 315 on Plumtree, and my brother played lacrosse at Ohio Wesleyan, so I've driven this stretch of road countless times, close to 45 years now. And so I think that anybody that has been in this community for 45 years has seen the massive growth and the change that has occurred. Obviously we're not the first people to experience urban sprawl and tremendous growth. And I was obviously starting to be concerned about the number of trucks that were traveling up and down with the increase in construction and traffic and development that a lot of this area, especially Delaware, has seen. And I was talking to one of my friends from Butler University, who's actually an executive in trucking, and they experienced a very similar issue at Carmel, Indiana. just north of 465 on I-31. And he said that the first thing that they did while they were in negotiations about getting a special ordinance so that the city could have jurisdiction over that, basically 50 block stretch, it's about 7 miles, it's 96th Street to 146th Street. They eventually did get an ordinance passed and they got the trucks banned because it was just simply not safe. But before that, they increased patrolling. So they were looking at any speeding. They were constantly checking weights and measures, and obviously you get enough fines to the semi-truck drivers, it gets out there. But as Lauren said, that last semi-truck accident was, I guess, the impetus for us to start the petition, and it was kind of a revelation when we heard from so many truckers that they weren't opposed to it, they were actually in alignment with it. They don't want to be on that road. They don't, I mean, obviously congestion costs them money. So it's just like, A, they don't want the congestion, and B, they sure as heck don't want a fatality on their conscience. And so I think that, you know, if we can get everybody to collaborate and figure out how we can make this safe, because it certainly is, as they mentioned, I mean, there's 100 kids sitting out there every single day, twice a day. And, you know, that plus what Scott said, the hazardous materials, I mean, it's just, it is a ticking time bomb. And there will be a catastrophe, whether it's a fatality or it is something in our, I mean, the rivers are drinking water for this whole community. Delco and everything pulls from Olentangy River. And so I think that, you know, oftentimes government is reactive rather than proactive, unfortunately. And so I think that my hope is that with this petition, with this call to action that we're having, and with this momentum, that we can actually make some effective change prior to an actual catastrophe. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
We are fortunate today to have our county engineer represented here. I don't know where, Chris, did you want to speak, or?
I will.
This is Chris Bosman, our county engineer.
Good morning. I appreciate Scott's acknowledgement that this is a state route. There's really no action that you as a board or me as an elected official can take officially, but we certainly can be supportive of the efforts and understand the concern. I think it's a valid concern. The deputy director at District 6, Tony Trowski, who we have a really strong working relationship with, is certainly aware of this issue. He wanted to be here this morning. He relayed that he could not make it, but wanted to make sure you all understood that they understand the issue, taking it seriously, and I think they have some legal obstacles to at least investigate and overcome in order to take action restricting the trucks. But the message from Tony was that they're working on it and aware of it, and so I think all that's good to hear.
Thank you very much.
So that one of the other issues that comes up in these kind of discussions, when we all used paper maps, it was kind of up to us to decide, you know, to look at a map and say, this looks like the route I want to take. Well, now we have a little voice in the dash of our vehicles telling us where to turn and where to go. And if we could unlock the secret sauce of what goes into routing people through that, we certainly would. There have been numerous occasions where the navigation systems are directing traffic along a route that is not sensical or logical or practical or even safe, and it's very difficult to understand how all that happens. It's an algorithm. It's an artificial intelligence function, so to speak. And so, but it is something that I just wonder if a fair number of the trucks that find themselves on 315 aren't directed there by their navigation system that shows it as a shorter route distance-wise, even though it's probably longer time-wise and certainly a more difficult route to navigate.
Well, in my travels, there's been many a time where I've been redirected because maybe there's been a stop-up, back-up or something.
Yeah.
And that could come into play occasionally as well. I don't know that's the case, but it could be.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a user of Waze. When I travel, I could very easily see a scenario where not just a truck, but anybody coming south on 23, if you see a red line in front of you on 23 and you get to 315, Waze would route you off there. And so a physical stated restriction on trucks signed would probably be the only thing that would contradict that.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yeah,
or Commissioner Benton? You have
Chris,
anything?
I know there's a board on the south side of Delaware just before the split that
Right.
says time to 270 on 23, time to 270 on 315. Is that a factor in?
I don't know. I
traffic?
thought of the same question, Jeff. I think that's a question for Tony, but very well could be.
So is it, well, maybe this isn't a question you can answer, but is it legally possible to restrict truck traffic on a state route?
I'm probably not the best person to ask that question to, but I recall this issue coming up years ago, in the 90s, and there being a request to restrict truck traffic on 315. At that time, ODOT's position, this is what I recall, was that their legal folks had advised them that to restrict truck traffic on a state highway would be in violation of the Interstate Commerce Clause, that no state shall shall do anything to impede the interstate commerce in the country. So that was the answer then. Whether that's still the answer now, or whether that was even a good answer, I can't say, but that was the answer.
I wonder
20
if
plus
there's
30
any
years
way
ago.
to take it from the state though and make it a local road.
I'm not in favor.
I know,
I'm
and
not
you
in
were
favor
asking,
of,
right, that's one of the things,
the,
boy, I hope their attorneys.
Yeah, I hope there's a way for them to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to have it as
Yeah.
the state route. I mean, my gosh.
Well, it makes sense to have it a state route when you look at what it connects between.
Oh, I see.
So there you were connecting a US highway of Route 23, it connects to 270.
Right.
And the traffic volumes on that are certainly high enough to justify it being a state highway. From a purely a fiscal
Yeah.
issue, I don't think we'd be in a position to want to maintain that. I also would say that local governments have been challenged, now not municipal governments. There was a reference to ordinances in the case in Indiana, which our cities have ordinance authority, as you know. You have resolution authority that you don't have the right to make additional law. The Uniform Manual of Traffic Control Devices that binds the designation, the signage, the traffic control of roads, it's referenced by statute and for Ohio, would not give us the authority to post no-through truck routes.
So you think maybe there'd be more leeway then with the city to maybe take it over?
I certainly don't want, I don't want my
Okay,
comments to
gotcha.
be construed as
Gotcha,
they should
yeah,
annex,
okay. But there are-
they should annex this. That's a very slippery slope, but.
Okay, yeah.
But in terms of what legal authority is out there, even for the county, even if it were a county highway, I don't believe we'd have the authority to post no-through trucks. We've never had that ability in
Okay.
other places.
Well, Chris, you indicated that you've had conversations, and would you please pass on the concern of the three commissioners that if there is a solution out there that can make this a safer, I think I'm speaking on behalf of the commissioners.
Yes,
we
oh,
certainly
I will.
Yeah.
And I just
support that.
would say again, Tony Trowski at ODOT has been just really outstanding to work with. He's a Delaware County resident, in addition to
right,
being
he
over
is.
all of District 6 of Ohio. Tony understands this issue, and I know he's concerned about it.
Gosh, we really appreciate your coming in.
And
Yeah,
my
thank you.
experience with Tony has always been positive.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're
Yes.
nodding, so apparently yours
Yeah,
is as well.
Yeah.
So let's
See
let
what
it
they
be
come up
known,
with,
our
and
concerns.
we'll
and-
certainly lend the support of my office to that.
Hey, Chris, before you go, I had another question on the hazardous material trucks. I know some communities, and I think Columbus is one of them, that restricts
Yes.
hazardous material to the outer belt versus 71 and 315, I think. Is that possible to, not restrict all truck traffic, but hazardous material?
Material. Again, I'm not.
Not sure.
That's a no-dot question. I know they certainly have the ability to designate hazardous routes. Whether it has to be within a certain metropolitan area or within the
Not sure,
confines
yeah.
of the city.
That's a good-
I don't know any of the answers to that.
Yeah. Oop, Scott's got a comment? Come up to the microphone, Scott. We're recording.
It's all yours.
Speaking to Deputy Director Tarowski on that one, he said that there is a process through the Public Utilities Commission to make that designation. And so that's what we're hoping to start our focus on as we move forward.
Okay,
And
well,
then see
that's
what
good
else
to
we
hear.
can do beyond that,
Yeah.
so. Thank you.
Thank
Good.
you.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
And Lauren and Brian, thank you for coming and sharing your concerns. And Lauren, you did a great job. Okay,
Yeah, we'll continue to work with
thank you.
ODOT.
And Chris will
Sure.
pass on our observations and our concerns as well, so, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the material, too.
It's my homework for the next few days. I've already kidded Lauren about that. With that, let's proceed.
Item number 3, resolution number 24-163, in the matter of approving purchase orders and announce certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 0306 and memo transfers in batch number MT APR 0306.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 24-163, Mr. Benton.
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Merrill.
Aye.
Resolution number 24-164, in the matter of a new liquor license request from Pancake House 2 LLC, doing business as Pancake House, and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control, and no objections and no requests for a hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 24-164, Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Merrill.
Aye.
Mr. Benton.
Aye.
Resolution number 24-165, in the matter of acknowledging receipt of annexation petition from agent for the petitioner, Michael R. Shade, attorney at law, requesting annexation of 298.398 acres of land in Trenton Township to the city of Sunbury.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 24-165, Mr. Merrill.
Aye.
Mr. Benton.
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Resolution number 24-166, in the matter of approving the collective bargaining agreement between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners for and on behalf of the Delaware County 911 Center and the Ohio Patrolmen's Benevolent Association.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 24-166, Mr. Benton.
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Merrill.
Aye.
For item number 7, we have the Ohio Farm Bureau Federation with us today, and I have a resolution I can read. Resolution number 24-167, in the matter of proclaiming March 17th through 23rd, 2024 as National Agricultural Week in Delaware County.
So moved.
Second.
And motion made and seconded, discussion. I believe we have individuals here from the Farm Bureau. I'm not sure who or all are speaking. Please come forward. Good morning, Glenn.
Hello. Thanks for having us today, and thanks for this resolution of Ag Week. We appreciate you guys' support through the years, and we hope for continued support on many of the issues that we face in Delaware County with the increased growth and the balancing of agriculture and the development in this county. It's certainly a challenge for you guys, and it's a challenge for us also. It was interesting, the discussion earlier. Road safety is one of our lead concerns for Delaware County Farm Bureau, of how to get our equipment moved and our semis moved and our grain moved throughout the county. And what they were talking about is something that we are also very concerned with, is road safety and how to get things moved around and keep awareness of those type of things. So that is one thing that we work on the county also. So thank you for that recognition. And I would also like to invite you guys to the policy meeting on the 14th of June, 14th, yes. And I believe it's at 8:30, is that correct? In the morning? Yes. 8? 8:30. Okay.
8?
Okay, yes.
8,
You'll get a letter.
oh,
Okay, I was
okay.
gonna say, we usually do.
Yeah,
All
good.
the officials will
Taking me
be,
off guard here.
sorry.
Yeah.
We always enjoy, I think we've all
Yeah.
attended them, so we
Yeah.
always enjoy, and I think they're
Yeah.
same location as last year or new location?
Possibly same location, we're working on that.
Okay.
Okay.
The food is great.
Oh, yeah.
Very good, very good. So again, we thank you. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves as
Sure.
members of our board?
Yes. My name is Kate Horniak. I'm on the Delaware County Farm Bureau Board, as well as I work for the Ohio State Extension Office. So we appreciate your guys' support.
Thank you.
Zane Skinner. I'm also on the Farm Bureau Board here in Delaware County, and I appreciate all your guys' support and getting along with us.
You introduce yourself as well?
I'm Melinda Lee, I'm the Organization Director for Delaware County Farm Bureau. I also cover Franklin, Madison, and Union counties.
Very good. Thank you very much. We have some
Thank you.
baskets here for you to show our appreciation.
Sure,
Thank you.
great, thanks, Glenn.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
There's a membership form there.
Picture?
Okay, no pressure, right?
Thank you. Look at this.
Thank you.
Oh,
And thanks for that.
yeah.
I'm going to read the resolution. I think,
Yes. Wow.
to me, the most beautiful part of our county is the northern, I'm going to say half, it maybe it's a little less than half now, but I say it frequently, there's no better looking part of our county, there's no part of the county I'd rather drive through than the northern part. It's beautiful in the spring as there's a planting season, it's beautiful in the summer as things grow, and then of course in the fall during harvest, I think is the most beautiful time. And we don't give the attention to the food and the farmers as much credit for the job they do as we should. And I think there are people out there in some of the urban areas and some of our political figures that don't have a clue how important the role that the farming community plays. And it still plays an important role in our county. And as I also say, right, wrong, or indifferent, we're transitioning from rural to urban. How we handle that transition is extremely important. And I think these three commissioners work very hard to try to balance that. And with that, I'd like to read the resolution. Whereas, when Americans sit down to a meal each day, we sometimes take for granted the quality, abundance, and value of the food we eat. Our supermarkets, grocery stores, and restaurants offer a tremendous selection of fruits, vegetables, meats, dairy products, and other food items, but we often forget the hardworking men and women whose skill and effort put that food on our tables. And whereas we should also recognize that agriculture in the United States plays a crucial role in strengthening our economy and in providing food for people around the world. And whereas American farmers, while producing an abundance of safe and affordable food and fiber, also are an essential source of jobs in our communities, whether in production, distribution, or marketing. U.S. agriculture remains our nation's largest employer, with more than 22 million people employed in this essential industry. And whereas the world's population is expected to reach over 8 billion in 2024, and U.S. agriculture is poised to reach the demands of feeding this growing population, therefore be it resolved that the Delaware County Board of Commissioners proclaims March 17th to the 23rd, 2024 as National Agricultural Week in Delaware County. We call upon our citizens to acknowledge and celebrate the achievements of all those who, working together, produce an abundance of agricultural products that strengthens and enrich our community and our nation. Signed by Commissioner Jeff Benton, Commissioner Barb Lewis, and Commissioner Gary Merrill. With that, I'm going to call for a vote, and I'd like to get a photo.
Vote on motion 24-167. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right.
especially benefit the barn, so there's local goodies for our Farm Bureau members and then benefit the barn.
Thank you.
Is that good?
Yeah, I feel good. He's doing better. He's coming.
I bet I know your family.
Yeah.
I think this is, yeah, the Skinners.
Before y'all get away, I failed to ask Commissioner Lewis or Commissioner Benton if they had any additional comments, so I'll leave it up to you. Have anything else you want to add?
Well, just that the ag sector is our biggest economic development driver in the county, so.
Yeah, again, we've got great representatives of our Delaware County ag community. Yeah, and the Harsh family, the Skinner family represent Delaware County well, not only here, but at the state level and in leadership roles, and we really appreciate that. One of the things I do want to mention in our economic development plan, we do have a focus on ag and related industries as primary businesses we're going to try to attract, because we really appreciate the contributions the ag sector makes here, and we'd like to expand it. So anyway, that's a key part of our economic development.
I just want to add to that, there are quietly conversations going on about how we can play a role in that, and nothing is done until it's done, but there are conversations going on because we all recognize what this farm community has meant in the past, the present, and I think in the future as well. So thank you guys very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, let's proceed.
Item number 8, resolution number 24-168, in the matter of appointing a member to the Delaware County Rural Zoning Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion?
Good morning, Eric White's Communications Specialist. This is a resolution that would appoint Kent King to the Rural Zoning Commission. This board has a residency requirement that members live in the unincorporated areas of the county to be zoned. Mr. King meets that requirement. He is a resident of Radnor Township. So this would appoint him to an unexpired term that expires December 31st, 2024.
Questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 24-168. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye. Thank you.
Resolution number 24-169, a resolution of necessity for the purchase of motor vehicles for the use of the Delaware County Emergency Medical Services Department.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Jeff Fischel, Director of EMS, Delaware County. In front of you is a motion to rescind the previous resolution to order command staff vehicles. We attempted to place the order, and they were out of them. Not to get any more with the same terms and conditions this year. So we bring forth a new resolution to order available vehicles that still meet our needs, still within the budget that we put forth last year for command vehicles.
And this vehicle will meet our needs as well?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 24-169. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-170, in the matter of approving a transfer of appropriations and a supplemental appropriation for the Pre-Hospital Care Board.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion?
This motion, or this resolution, is for the transfer of appropriations to cover additional costs with the Pre-Hospital Care Board associated with the investment in the RQI. It's still within the original money set forth for the Pre-Hospital Care Board.
Questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 24-170. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-171, in the matter of approving the purchase of equipment for the Delaware County Emergency Medical Services and approving a service agreement between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and EMS AR Advantage.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion?
This is a resolution allowing for us to have a service agreement with MSAR. Every ambulance has the power load systems and stretchers in them. They have to be serviced once a year. And if something is found to need to be replaced on those stretchers or power load systems, we would need to pay for the replacement cost of that.
Questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 24-171. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-172, in the matter of approving the request for proposals for the provision of emergency medical services billing.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion?
This is a request for proposals to go out for a potentially new billing vendor. Well, I guess it's not potentially, it will be a new billing vendor. Our current vendor has notified us that they will be ceasing services. So we will need to request for proposals. It's-
Jeff, is everybody in the county now billing, I mean, are they using soft billing now? Or some?
No, the city of Delaware does not, and every other
Is-
agency that transports does.
Ah, okay.
This agreement, or sorry, this, yes, this agreement would allow for other agencies to piggyback, if you will, off
That's
of
what I
our
wondered too.
rate.
Okay.
It kind of remains up in the air if departments will choose to do that or not.
Sure.
Because of our amount that we pay yearly, we do have to go out to bid.
Okay.
Other agencies do not.
Right, right.
So everybody was given a different timeline on when their services would end, and this timeline might not meet everybody's needs, or they might feel strongly for one company over another.
Oh, I see.
So,
Okay, but at least they have an option.
yes, yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
just might add, the soft billing, we started 7, 8 years ago, whenever it was, and I think it's worked out really, really well to the benefit of our taxpayers and to the whole process. And
Right.
it's unfortunate, this particular company no longer is going to be in the business of doing this, but there are options out there available to us, I believe. Is that correct?
There is a large amount of EMS billing agencies, so we will not have any shortage of, or we should not have any shortage of
Yeah.
suitors.
And it should be
for this.
transparent. You think we can transition whatever that magic date this fall is without any impact on revenues?
That would be there will always be some sort of initial slowdown. That's unavoidable. As a new company ramps up their billing, there will always be some sort of a slowdown, but it will catch up. There should never be a loss of revenue. It'll just be an initial.
Yeah, and that's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when does the current provider stop doing this service?
November of this year.
Okay, so we have 8 months.
Our timeline allows for it to be quicker than that. One would think that as a company is getting out of the business, there might be a little bit of concern about maybe the performance towards the end months. So we feel like moving along a little quicker than waiting till November is probably in our best interest.
Okay.
I think that's an excellent
Yes.
call.
Yeah,
Yes.
good point.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Any other questions?
Is there any deadline then for others to sign on, other entities?
The other entities would include, that would even have interest, would be Orange Township, Liberty Township, Genoa Township, and then we were the only ones that were on with Change Healthcare.
Okay.
Concord and Harlan Township had different billing vendors to begin with. Orange Township, their deadline is earlier than ours. I believe it's July is what we were told in the last pre-hospital care board
Okay.
meeting. And Liberty and Genoa's are after ours. So they
Okay.
do have a little bit more time.
Okay.
Orange Township does not. And I know the chief there has expressed interest in moving quickly, so.
Oh,
I-
okay, so you just want them to move on to this contract if they're interested as quickly as possible, the other entities?
Yeah, we had discussion about this at the pre-hospital care board, and completely understandable if they feel like they need to move a little quicker due to their timeframes being different than ours. Based off of, the competitive bid processes, this is the timeframe we had to go by. I don't want to speak for the Orange Township chief, but I do believe he's looking into at what point will he potentially cease sending billing over and holding on to it for a new company.
Okay.
I don't want to speak for him. I just know
Sure,
he wasn't given a lot of time, so he's in a different situation than the rest of us.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
The different dates, is that because when contracts expire?
Yes.
Okay.
For example, I do believe Genoa's is next year. They're sometime in 2025, and that would just be because of their contract, yeah.
Okay. Other questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 24-172. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number
Thank you.
24-173, in the matter of ranking the proposals submitted for residential and non-residential inspection and plan review services and awarding the contract to Safe Built Ohio LLC.
So moved.
Second,
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
Good morning, Jamie Upchurch, Building Safety Coordinator. We recently received bids for residential and commercial inspections and plan review services for our department. We received one bid, so therefore we would recommend awarding the contract to Safe Bill Ohio LLC for those services.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 24-173. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Resolution number 24-174, a resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Delaware County, State of Ohio regarding an application for Ohio Department of Development Brownfield Remediation Program funding for real property located at 1405 US Highway 23 North, Delaware, Ohio.
We're going to put some commas in there for you so you can catch your breath.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
Thanks, Commissioners. Justin Navi, Director of Finance. This request would provide a resolution of support for a grant application to take out the fuel tanks at the old service station on 23 North.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 24-174. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Director Navi does have one other item today for consideration. Resolution number 24-175, in the matter of ranking the proposals submitted for the Delaware County Lead Safe Ohio Program Grant Administration and Consulting Services and awarding the contract to Gandhi and Associates Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
Thanks, Commissioners. If you recall, a couple weeks ago, there was an RFP that was authorized for basically contract administration on the Lead Safe grant. We did receive one proposal back on Monday of this week. Based on that, we recommend awarding the contract to Gandy and Associates. The contract amount is an estimated $110,000, and it would come out of the grant award, which was for $511,000.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 24-175. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
That brings us back to item number 15, resolution number 24-176, in the matter of approving a service agreement with J&J Environmental Incorporated for sewer repair services.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
Morning, Commissioners. Tiffany Mag, Director of Environmental Services. This contract is for removal of an object that's blocking our 24-inch Indian Run trunk sewer, which runs behind the Meyer on Polaris Parkway and State Route 3. It appears to be a rubber coupling that has come loose and flowed downstream and now has debris blocking that sewer. So Televac is going to come in and cut and remove that object with a robotic milling machine. They have estimated $42,250,000 to do this work.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 24-176. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution
Thank you.
number 24-177, in the matter of approving plans, specifications, estimate, and setting the bid date for the project known as 2024 Delaware County Road Improvement Program, resurfacing of various county and township roads.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
Morning, Rob Riley, Chief Deputy Engineer. As you know, each year we have a project that involves not only repaving, but doing a number of different preventive maintenance treatments on our 330 miles plus of county highways. Includes crack sealing, chip sealing, microsurfacing, rejuvenation treatments, all in an effort to really preserve our pavements at the lowest cost possible. So that program, again, we would like to implement this year. That work will go through from May through probably September if we stay on schedule. As we have done in previous years, we open this project to townships and other local agencies to participate in. We have separate unit prices for the county portion and then separate unit prices for the township portions. So all the townships join together and share in those unit prices and I think receive the benefit of the economy of scale in doing that. So again, this is really reflective of the fact that we're able to do a project like this is really reflective of the support your board has provided, both in terms of supporting our office, but really the financial resources you provide to keep our roads in good shape. We have what I think are some of the best roads in the state at a county level, and so very happy and proud of that fact, and we want to keep them that way.
I think we do have the best roads in the state. So I think it's understating it, I think we do. Any questions or comments? Call for the vote.
Vote on motion 24-177. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 24-178, in the matter of approving amendment number 1 to the professional services agreement with Dell CR 10-2.91 South Old State Widening Phase 2.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion.
This is a planned modification to the current agreement we have with Wolpert, who has developed the preliminary engineering for the widening of Old State Road going from Orange Road at the south to Lewis Center Road on the north. The project would expand that to a 5-lane section that would look very similar to the section south of Orange Road. Again, Wolpert has prepared the plans through approximately 30 to 40% complete. This authorization will allow them to finalize those plans through the final construction documents. As of now, we are planning on moving towards a construction time frame of probably 2027 or 2028. It will take us quite a bit of time to work through the permitting and the number of properties that will be involved. There will be a considerable amount of right-of-way purchases that will be needed, so that's going to take at least a couple of years. So, but we do want to stay ahead of this. This is a project that, as you may recall, there was a development agreement between the county and Evans Farm. That development agreement does provide for some contribution towards this project by Evans Farm, and so we have a lot of work to do yet, trying to basically work out a way that can happen. We want that to happen. This will be roughly a $12 to $15 million project by the time we go to build it. It's not going to be cheap. So, but with that said, the first step is to get the plans done so we can start buying the needed right away and get things rolling.
Any other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 24-178. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That brings us to administrator reports.
Nothing tonight. Nothing, thank you.
And Eric's gone, so Commissioner Benton.
I've got a few things I want to talk about. Had a SEPCO board meeting last Friday. SEPCO is wrestling with, and as are most health insurance companies and employers, are wrestling with the cost of these new class of drugs, GLP-1s they're called, that provide weight loss reductions benefits. They're very, very expensive, and the usage is growing rapidly, so it's becoming very expensive for the health insurance providers. So they're looking at that, wrestling with that, and going to study that to see how we go forward with that. Got a land bank meeting tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're advancing the original round 1 replacement projects. There were 3 of those for demolition, and then we're advancing 2 demolition projects for round 2, and all the applications are due by April 1st. And, you know, with the work we did in round 1 and the brownfield work we're going to do in this round, which is 3 projects, and the previous 1 project in the brownfield, we're really starting to address a lot of problem properties in Delaware County. It's really exciting to see spending, you know, significant grant money, getting a lot of problem properties dealt with, and setting the stage for repurposing those properties. So it's really, really becoming a very, very positive contribution to our community. So I want to thank everybody involved in it. Allie does the meeting preparation every time, and I bug her, and she does a great job of getting that ready. And all the Commissioner Merrill's obviously on the board as well, and City of Delaware is making a huge contribution. So it's good team effort, getting a lot done. Morpsey Executive Committee this afternoon, and then I also wanted to mention that we officially got reaffirmed for our AAA rating with Moody's. Auditor Keitza notified us last night
Last
of
night,
that.
about 10
Yeah,
p.m.
10 o'clock. And it's just really gratifying to see that. It's AAA, as we've discussed many times, is the highest rating you can get. It's very important. It's very rare. And they noted our financial planning, our long-term strategic planning, our capital planning, our growing sales and property tax base, our strong governance the management has created here, and our low debt load as the reasons for the reaffirming of the AAA rating, which is very, very good to see. So that's all I got. I want to congratulate and thank everybody who participates in that, all the office holders. George Keitza leads it, but it takes a tremendous amount of cooperation among everybody virtually.
And the property owners who come and
make
presentations.
Sure.
And, in many cases, they've done a great job making their presentations.
Yep.
And their follow-up. Commissioner Lewis.
Thanks to the leadership of George Keitza and that AAA.
Right.
Yep.
That's great. It's great news. I was at the Genoa Business Association yesterday morning. Rick Carfagna presented. He's Senior Vice President now of the Ohio Chamber. And they have a plan which they put out every couple years. So he went through that at quick.
We went through it fast.
Yeah, really. Yeah, warp speed.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, and but it was very interesting. But they are definitely on top of things. And he did say we could review the plan on the website, which is probably a good idea. Tonight I will be at Genoa again for the swearing in. I'm swearing in Fiscal Officer Pat Myers for another term. And he does a terrific job in Genoa, as is evidenced by all the awards that they receive too. And his assistant, Donna Batten, is also excellent. So I'm very happy to be there tonight to swear Pat in for another term. And that's it.
I only have one thing to add that hasn't already been covered. Tuesday evening, attended the Ashley City Council meeting, and I've gotten acquainted with the new mayor, who I think is a tremendous asset. And I was there with Justin. He was there to talk about Star Ohio and kind of educate the council on that. And I just gave a brief overview of things that are going on in the county. And other than that, I have nothing else. I do believe we have need for executive session.
We do. Resolution number 24-179, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of appointment of a public employee or public official for collective bargaining and for security arrangements, emergency response protocols.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 24-179. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye. We are now in executive session.